All right, let's get the Most High. It's the Holy Praise. All right, now first we have brother, our steward, Brother Nathaniel Rosin, who's going to open us up in prayer. Let's clear our hearts and minds. Allow the brother to say the Lord's Prayer.
Our Father,
Start in heaven.
which art in heaven,
Hallowed be thy name.
hallowed be thy name.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy will be done.
Thy will be done
In earth.
in earth
As it is in heaven.
as it is in heaven.
Give us this day
Give us this day
our daily bread.
our daily bread,
And forgive us our debts.
and forgive us our debts,
As we forgive our debtors.
as we forgive our debtors.
And lead us not
And lead us not
into temptation.
into temptation,
But deliver us from evil.
but deliver us from evil.
For thine is the kingdom.
For thine is the kingdom,
And the power.
and the power,
And the glory.
and the glory,
Forever.
forever
And ever.
and ever.
Amen.
Amen.
Saints, we do the Shema.
Right.
Shema.
Shema.
Yashal.
Yashal.
Ahai.
Ahai.
Allahayna.
Allahayna. Ahai.
Akar.
Akar.
Shema.
Shema.
Yashal.
Yashal.
Ahai.
Ahai.
Allahayna.
Allahayna. Ahai.
Akar.
Akar.
Shema.
Shema.
Yashal.
Yashal.
Ahai.
Ahai.
Allahayna.
Allahayna. Ahai.
Akar.
Akar.
Hear, O Israel.
Hear, O Israel.
The Lord our God is one.
The Lord our God is one. Amen.
So be it.
So be it. All right. Let's turn our Bibles to Exodus 20. Exodus 20, let's read the reading of the Ten Commandments. Brother and Deacon, Charles Awal. All right.
I'm going to start reading at Exodus 20, starting at verse 1. I'm going to have you guys repeat after me, starting at verse 2.
All right.
And the Most High spake all these words, saying,
And the Most High spake all these words, saying,
I am the Most High thy power,
I am the Most High thy power,
which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt,
which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt,
out of the house of bondage.
out of the house of bondage.
Thou shalt have no other gods before me.
Thou shalt have no other gods before me.
Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image,
Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image,
or any likeness of anything that is in the heaven above,
or any likeness of anything that is in heaven above,
or that is in the earth beneath,
or that is in the earth beneath,
or that is in the water under the earth.
or that is in the water under the earth.
Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them,
Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them,
nor serve them.
nor serve them.
For I, the Most High thy power,
For I, the Most High thy power,
am a jealous power,
am a jealous power,
visiting the iniquity of the fathers
visiting the iniquity of the fathers
upon the children unto the third and fourth generation
upon the children of the third and fourth generation
of them that hate me,
of them that hate me,
and showing mercy unto thousands
and showing mercy unto thousands
of them that love me,
of them that love me,
and keep my commandments.
and keep my commandments.
Thou shalt not take the name of the Most High thy power in vain,
Thou shalt not take the name of the Most High thy power in vain.
for the Most High will not hold him guiltless
For the Most High will not hold him guiltless
that taketh his name in vain.
that taketh his name in vain.
Remember the Sabbath day,
Remember the Sabbath day,
to keep it holy.
to keep it holy.
6 days shalt thou labor,
6 days shalt thou labor,
and do all thy work.
and do all thy work.
But the seventh day
But the seventh day
is the Sabbath of the Most High thy power.
is the Sabbath of the Most High thy power.
In it, thou shalt not do any work,
Thou shalt not do any work,
thou nor thy son,
thou nor thy son,
nor thy daughter,
nor thy daughter,
thy manservant,
thy manservant,
nor thy maidservant,
nor thy maidservant,
nor thy cattle,
nor thy cattle,
nor thy stranger that is within thy gates.
nor thy stranger that is within thy gates.
For in 6 days
For in 6 days
the Most High made heaven and earth,
the Most High made heaven and earth,
the sea,
the sea,
and all that in them is,
and all that in them is,
and rested the seventh day.
and rested the seventh day.
Wherefore the Most High blessed the Sabbath day
Wherefore the Most High blessed the Sabbath day
and hallowed it.
and hallowed it.
Honor thy mother, Salaki. Honor thy father and thy mother,
Honor thy father and thy mother,
that thy days may be long upon the land,
that thy days may be long upon the land,
which the Most High thy power giveth thee.
which the Most High thy power giveth thee.
Thou shalt not kill.
Thou shalt not kill.
Thou shalt not commit adultery.
Thou shalt not commit adultery.
Thou shalt not steal.
Thou shalt not steal.
Thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor.
Thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor.
Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's house.
Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's house.
Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife,
Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife,
nor his manservant,
nor his manservant,
nor his maidservant,
nor his maidservant,
nor his ox,
nor his ox,
nor his donkey,
nor his donkey,
nor anything that is thy neighbor.
nor anything that is thy neighbor's. Amen.
Right now, we have the reading of the law. For the baptized brethren that we have here. We start at Leviticus, the 16th chapter. 13th chapter of Salafi, I'm sorry. '35th verse.
45th.
Oh, see that, I'm looking at 23. 13, okay. Got too many X's. 45th verse. All right. What it said, what it start with, in the Bible? Okay.
Everybody, fall back that one.
Okay.
Leviticus 45 and 11.
Leviticus chapter 13, verse 45. So, you'll start first. Go ahead, come on.
Shabbat Shalom, family.
Shabbat shalom.
My name is Brother and Deacon Joshua from the tribe of Judah, and I'll be reading from Leviticus chapter 13, starting at verse 45. And verse 45 reads, And the leper in whom the plague is, his clothes shall be rent, and his head bare, and he shall put a covering upon his upper lip, and shall cry, Unclean, unclean. All the days wherein the plague shall be in him, he shall be defiled. He is unclean. He shall dwell alone. Without the camp shall his habitation be. The garment also that the plague of leprosy is in, whether it be a woolen garment or a linen garment. Verse 48, whether it be in the warp or wool of linen or of woolen, whether it in a skin or in anything made of skin. And if the plague be greenish or reddish in the garment or in the skin, either in the warp or in the wool or in anything of skin, it is a plague of leprosy, and shall be showed unto the priest. And the priest shall look upon the plague, and shut up it that hath the plague 7 days. Verse 51, and he shall look on the plague on the 7th day. If the plague be spread in the garment, either in the warp, or the wood, or any skin, or any work that is made of skin, the plague is spreading leprosy, it is unclean. Amen.
Brother Rose, Opportunity Rose, tribe of Judah, started with Leviticus chapter 13, starting at 52. And he should therefore burn that remnant, whether warp or wool, in woolen or in linen, and anything of skin, wherein the plague is. For it is a fitting leprosy, and shall be burnt in the fire. And if the priest shall look, and behold, the plague be not spread in the garment, either in the warp or in the wool, or in anything of skin, then the priest shall command that be washed the thing wherein the plague is, and he shall shut it up 7 days more. And if the priest shall look on the plague after that it is washed, and behold, if the plague will not change its color, and the plague be not spread, it is unclean. Thou shalt burn it in the fire. It is sprit inward, whether it be bare within or without. 56. And if the priest look and behold, the plague is somewhat dark after the washing of it, then he shall wring it out of the garment, or out of the skin, or out of the warp, or out of the wolf. Verse 57. And if it appears still in the garment, either in the warp, or in the wolf, or any of the things of skin, it is a spreading plague. Thou shalt burn that within the plague is with fire. Amen.
Amen.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
My brother Deacon Gabar, the tribe of Benjamin, by Nyamyan, all praises to the Most High for choosing all of us. We start at Leviticus chapter 13, verse 58.
Yes.
And the garment, either warp or woof, or whatsoever thing of skin it be, which thou shalt wash, if the plague be departed from them, then it shall be washed the second time, and shall be clean. This is the law of the plague of leprosy in a garment of woolen or linen, either in the warp or the woof or anything of skins, to pronounce it clean or to pronounce it unclean. We're in the book of Leviticus chapter 14, verse 1. And the Most High spake unto Moses, saying, This shall be the law of the leper in the day of his cleansing. He shall be brought unto the priest, and the priest shall go forth out of the camp, and the priest shall look, and behold, if the plague of leprosy be healed in the leper, then shall the priest command to take for him that is to be cleansed 2 birds alive and clean, and cedar wood and scarlet and hyssop. Verse 5. And the priest shall command that one of the birds be killed in an earthen vessel over running water. Amen.
Amen.
Brother Officer, we thank you for the tribe of Judah. I will read from Leviticus chapter 14, starting with verse 6.
Right.
Okay. As a living bird, he should take it, and the cedar wood, and the scarlet, and the hyssop, and should dip them and the living bird in the blood of the bird that was killed over the running water. And he shall sprinkle upon him that is to be cleansed from the leprosy 7 times, and shall pronounce him clean, and shall let the living bird loose into the open field. Verse 8. And he that is to be cleansed shall wash his clothes, and shave off all his hair, and wash himself in water, that he may be clean. After that he shall come into the camp, and shall tarry abroad out of his tent 7 days. Verse 9. But it shall be on the 7th day that he shall shave all his hair off his head, and his beard, and his eyebrows, even all his hair he shall shave off, and he shall wash his clothes, and he shall wash his flesh in water, and he shall be clean. Verse 10. And on the 8th day he shall take 2 he-lambs without blemish, and 1 ewe-lamb of the first year without blemish, and 3/10 deals of fine flour for a meat offering, mingled with oil, and 1 log of oil. Verse 11. And the priest that maketh him clean shall present the man that is made clean, and those things before the power and Mahiah at the door of the tabernacle of the congregation. That's verse 7. And the priest should take 1 he-lamb and offer him for a trespass offering, and a log of oil, and wave them for a wave offering before the great Mahiah. Amen.
Amen.
I'm Brother Samuel, the tribe of Judah, and I'll be reading from Leviticus 14, starting at verse 13. And he shall slay the young lamb in a place where he shall kill the sin offering and the burnt offering in the holy place. For as The sin offering is the priest's soul is the trespass offering. It is most holy. Verse 14. And the priest shall take some of the blood of the trespass offering, and the priest shall put it upon the tip of the right ear of him that is to be cleansed, and upon the thumb of him, of the thumb of his right hand, and upon the great toe of his foot. 15. And the priest shall take some of the blood, some of the log oil, and pour it upon the palm of his own left hand. 16. And the priest shall dip his right finger in the oil that is in his left hand, and shall sprinkle of the oil, which is with his finger 7 times before the Lord. 17. And of the rest of the oil that is in his hand, shall the priest put upon the tip of the right ear of him that is to be clean, and upon the thumb of his right hand, and upon the great toe of his right foot, upon the blood of the trespass offering. 18. And the remnant of the oil that is in the priest's hand, he shall pour upon the head of him that is to be clean, and the priest shall make an atonement for him before the Most High.
Amen. All right.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
I'm Brother James. I'm a highest Gentile.
All right.
You see a lot of us, but you're going to see this one.
All
Forever, like I tell you all along.
right.
All right, we're in Leviticus chapter 14, verse 19. And the priest shall offer the sin offering and make an atonement for him that is to be cleansed from his uncleanness, and afterward he shall kill the burnt offering. Verse 20. And the priest shall offer the burnt offering and the meat offering upon the altar, and the priest shall make an atonement for him, and he shall be clean. Verse 20. Be poor and cannot get so much, then he shall take one lamb for a trespass offering to be weighed to make an atonement for him, and 1/10 deal of fine flour mingled with wool for a meat offering, and a log of wool. Verse 22. And 2 turtle doves or 2 young pigeons, such as he is able to get, and the one shall be a sin offering, and the other a burnt offering. Verse 23. And he shall bring them on the 8th day for his cleansing unto the priest, unto the door of the tabernacle of the congregation before the Most High. Verse 24. And the priest shall take the lamb of the trespass offering and the log of wool, and the priest shall weigh them for a weight offering before a height. Verse 25. And he shall kill the lamb of the trespass offering, and the priest shall take some of the blood of the trespass offering, and put it upon the tip of the right ear of him that is to be cleansed, and upon the thumb of his right hand, and upon the great toe of his right foot.
Come on. You stop that thing? 26? Yes, sir. All right. An elder brother and humble servant of the Most High, Assault, GLCC, South Carolina, Columbia body. And again, I'm going to be reading from Leviticus chapter 14, verse 27. That'll be 26. 26, okay, 26 then. No problem. Verse 26. And the priest shall pour of the oil into the palm of his own left hand. And the priest shall sprinkle with his right finger some of the oil that is in his left hand 7 times before the Most High. Verse 28. And the priest shall put of the oil that is in his hand upon the tip of the right ear of him that is to be cleansed, and upon the thumb of his right hand, and upon the great toe of his right foot, upon the flakes of the blood of the trespass offering. And the rest of the oil that is in the priest's hand, he shall put upon the head of him that is to be cleansed, to make atonement for him before the Lord. And he shall offer, verse 30, and he shall offer the one of the turtle dove and of the young pigeon, such as he can get. Verse 31. Even such as he would get, the one for a sin offering and the other for a burnt offering, with the meat offering. And the priest shall make an atonement for him that is to be cleansed before the Most High. Verse 32. This is the law of him in whom is the plague of leprosy, whose hand is not able to get that which pertaineth to his cleansing. Verse 33. And the Most High spake unto Moses and unto Aaron, saying, when ye be come into the land of Canaan, which I give to you for your possession, and I put the plague of leprosy in a house of the land of your possession. Amen.
Amen.
Oh. And now we're going to have GOCC SC choir with 2 selections for praise and worship. So this is not a show, talent show or anything above. This is praise and worship now. So I want to see y'all get up on y'all feet. That's worship and praise the Lord high and living power. A higher, a show, a higher. All right, so you start while we walk. Take it away, sis. Yes, ma'am.
Yo, that's cool.
I'll praise the Most High higher. I'll praise it.
Come on now.
I'll praise the Most High. I'll go if I have to go. Have to go by myself. I'll go if I have to go. Have to go by myself. If my mother don't go, if my father don't go, if my sister don't go, if my brother don't go, I'll go if I have to go. Have to go by myself. to go by myself. I'll go if I have to go by myself. Have to go by myself. My mother don't go. My father don't go. My sister don't go. My brother don't go. I'll go if I have to go by myself. Have to go by myself. I'll sing if I have to sing. Have to sing by myself. I'll sing if I have to sing. Have to sing by myself. My mother will sing. My father will sing. My sister will sing. My brother will sing. I'll sing. Oh, now, if I have to sing. Have to sing by myself. I'll pray if I have to pray. Have to pray by myself. I'll pray, you'll pray if I have to pray. Have to pray by myself. My mother won't pray. My father won't pray. My sister won't pray. My brother won't pray. I'll pray. Yeah. If I have to pray. Come on now. Have to pray by myself. Send me out. 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 I'll go. Oh yeah, if I have to go. I have to go by myself.
Test one. Test. Test.
Sister Cole, talking to that mic.
Talking to the mic.
Testing,
All right, all right. Do it again.
testing.
All right. You did pretty good with that without no mic on.
Oh. I didn't know. I didn't know.
All right. That's all right. Take your time.
I like the beat though.
A higher I worship you. I worship you. And I sing my praise to you. I sing my praise. Even in the midst of my storm. Midst of my storm. See your way out. A higher I worship you. A higher I worship you. I worship you. And I sing my praise to you. I sing my praise. Even in the midst of my storm. Midst of my storm. See your way out. worship you. I worship you. And I sing my praise to you. I sing my praise. Even in the midst of my storm. When I don't see your way out. Higher, I worship you. Oh God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, you made them a promise, Lord, to them a nation you raise up, a people called by your name, to keep your commandments. And when we were in Egypt, you sent forth Moses to set them free. So I worship you. I worship you. And I sing my praise to you. I sing my praise. Even in the midst of my storm. In the midst of my storm. See your way out. I worship you. You said in your commandments you should not serve no God besides you. For you are a jealous God and you should only bow before you. I know we have disobeyed. I know we have gone astray. But here I am on my knees. I'm begging you to have mercy on me. So I worship you. I worship you. And I sing my praise to you. I sing my praise. Even in the midst of my storm. Midst of my storm. And I don't see your way out. I worship you. You say in your commandments you should not serve no God besides you. For you are a jealous God and we should only bow before you. I know we have disobeyed. I know we have gone astray. But here I am on my knees. I'm begging you to have mercy on us. So we worship you. We worship you. We sing praise to you. We sing our praise. Even in the midst of our storm. Midst of our storm. We worship you. We worship you. We worship you. Our praise to you. We sing our praise. In the midst of our storm. Midst of our storm. We worship you. We worship you. We worship you. Our praise to you. We sing our praise. In the midst of our storm. Midst of our storm. We worship you.
That one is kind of
All
scratchy.
praise. All praise be. Welcome, get shot. All praise be to the Most High. Here you go.
All praises. All praises. Thank you, Father.
All right. All right, now may be seated. Time we got here. Oh, good time. All right. All right, family. Again, all praise be to the Most High,
Thank you, Father.
the great I am, that we read in Exodus 3:13 through 15. But in the Hebrew, the Paleo Hebrew, it's Ahaya, Ashar, Ahaya. Okay? For those who might be on YouTube and that be, following us on the YouTube, we worship the Father's name, Ahaya, Ashar, Ahaya, Bahashir, in the name of Yeshua, which the world ignorantly called Jesus Christ, right? And Wa Quadash, which is the Holy Spirit, right? Which is a she, the mother, the spirit of wisdom, not a he, as learned in the Christian church, okay? If you read in the book of John, where it says, and he will come, as a she, okay? Today's, this afternoon, today's lesson, we're going to be edifying and bringing up today is the truth with persecution. The truth with persecution. Oh, we read. The truth with persecutions. All we read. Now, of course, my reader today is Brother Deacon Tazawal right here on my right. And before he reads the commentary and stuff like that, man, I wanna ask you all, when I hear the word persecutions, okay, give me your definition. What do you think when you talk about truth with persecution? What do y'all think that means? Suffering, okay. Suffering wrongfully. Okay, that's good.
And Shia said, blessed are you who suffer persecutions falsely for my name's sake.
There you go. There's a scriptural reference. Okay, yeah. Yep. All right. So I took the time to when studying this this week to pull up on dictionary.com. This y'all can view this later or you can write it down, right? But this of course persecution, right? You got it's a noun, the act of persecuting, of course, goes without saying, right? The state of being persecuted. But check out this third definition, which is going to, nail this lesson right on the head, right? Tazawal, if you don't mind, can you read this one?
Come on.
Read that third definition, if you don't mind.
A campaign to exterminate.
Read that again.
A program or campaign to exterminate.
A program or campaign to exterminate. Right? Read.
Drive away
or
or subjugate people based on their membership in a religious, ethnic, social, or racial group.
y'all see that? Y'all need for him to talk about it again?
Yes.
One more time?
Yes.
Read that again, talk about.
It is a program or campaign to exterminate, drive away, or subjugate people based on their membership in a religious, ethnic,
social or racial group. Now, we can all identify to that, right? Right? And guess what? According to the Bible, these things actually exist. And guess what? The people who are behind the program and the campaigning of this extermination is written in the book Bible too, in the prophets, right? And the Psalms. And in what? The Torah, right? Christ spoke about these last days, along with the apostles too, about that man of sin, right? So, and then they have an example here: the persecution of Christians by the Romans. We all know the Christians, the Jews were called Christians at Antioch, right? So they're talking about, and we know those who those Jews were, like Peter or Simeon, as they said, who was called Niger, right? So we already know the race, so group that he came from, right? Right, or ethnic, or whatever you want to call it, right? So that's it on that right there. So persecution, a program or a campaign to exterminate, drive away, or subjugate people based on their membership in a religious, ethnic, social, or racial group. For those who need it, like one more time to repeat, okay? Now, Father Wall, if you don't mind, my brother. Let's read the commentary. Let's kind of set the precedence of this lesson here.
The last days are here, and the challenges to be steadfast in the truth of Christ are many. The truth is for a very few who will rise to the occasion and change their lives around and walk righteously. This truth will come with persecution, especially as the entire world becomes more perverse and society is certainly being fashioned after the image of Satan himself.
Okay, it sounds like that, and this right here is true, because I'm gonna give a small example of that, right? Now, maybe it's been a few years ago, it wasn't that long ago, where Chick-fil-A decided that, they're not gonna, when they had their gay pride and everything, Chick-fil-A, the owner of that, man, is a devout Christian. Okay? And he didn't want to, find himself compromising or, patronizing his business to those who are against the word of God, as the gay pride, the LGBT. I forgot the LGBTQ, the elemental P, right? They got so much letters now, right? So add on a letter every week, right? So anyway, so they they got mad, right? Oh man, so not only that, there was I forgot if this person was a minister or actually somebody that actually worked in a courthouse. I think this was in Tennessee, probably a few months or a couple in the same year or a couple of years before that, where they refused to sign off on two gay couple that wanted to be married. Now, don't we have what you call here freedom of religion, freedom of choice, and all these things here in America? But yes, no, right? Those the righteous, and then this is supposed to be a nation under God, right? Which we already know with God, they really under, right? So when you look at these things and the perverse society, this perverse, people that's getting all the rights they have a right to, they got people that actually fighting and advocating for their perversion versus those who also live here, pay their taxes, and just want to just live and operate their business the way they please and serve who they want to serve, right? Because none of them had no problem not serving us during the time of segregation, right? They said whites only, and nobody would, until, of course, they integrated or whatever like that. That was a plan too, right? We know that was a plan, right? Because, the most black folks wasn't really caring about integrating with nobody because we had our own, right? We had our own mom and pop stores, whatever like that, right? But now, with that civil rights, open up the floodgates for all kind of freaks, weirdos, and the whole nine, right? Perversion, right? So it wasn't really about, the children of Israel or Negroes in America, wanting to, rights of, have the same kind of rights and privileges and stuff like that as, our white counterparts, right? It was really about setting it up for, the LGBTQ and pedophiles now, the whole nine, right? So now, those who stand up for truth are being persecuted and made a mockery of now because, we standing up for our belief, which they say in the Constitution and the amendments that we have the right to do, right? Read on.
The question is, have you done enough to prepare yourself for real persecution?
Have we done enough to prepare for this though, right? Because in order to stand on truth, we gotta know what truth is, right? Right? Because see, nowadays, at one time, it depends on how old you are and what area you came up and stuff like that. There were pastors that stand boldly against these perversions, right? Not just with the hate, but the racial tension and everything like that, but also any kind of perversion like the homosexuality or anything that was sinful and looked scorned upon by the eyes of God. Now it's more like an acceptable acceptance speech, right? And again, it's a program and a campaign, like persecution said. It's a campaign, right? Read on.
Are you focused on Christ or the ways of the world?
Right. Come on.
If you stand for the Most High's kingdom, then you must focus on the ways to make it through the trials ahead.
That's right.
Let's look at persecution in our scriptures to get refocused and ready for the future we must face.
All right, so let's do that. Let's start at Isaiah 29th chapter. That's a great place to start. Right? Isaiah 29, and we're gonna start at the 13th verse. All right? Is everybody all right? Is it getting warm in here? Is y'all cool? Is y'all feeling the air? Okay. It's all right? Okay. I'm flashing over here. Okay. That's why I'm asking stuff like maybe it's me because I done had the coffee.
Coffee got you.
Yeah. I ain't need to sound like that, man. It need to sound like, Elder talking about he flashing. That's how I feel. All right. All right.
You know, there say, Con? This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 29, verse 13. And verse 13 reads, Wherefore the Most High said, For as much as the people draw near me with their mouth and with their lips do honor me, but have removed their heart far from me, and their fear towards me is taught by the precept of men.
So check this out now. So we know that Christ was telling the Pharisees that in Matthew 15, right? You understand? And see, that's how, and see, that was a part of the program in the campaign to move us away from the laws and statutes and commandments of the Most High, and inject, the Babylonian and the Greek and Roman Greco customs interwoven with what we have now with modern day Christianity, right? That God accept everybody, love everybody, it's a sense, right? That's why I said they draw nigh near to me, with their mouth and with their lips on me. They say they love the Lord. Oh yeah, man, He's my rock. All that, right? But they have removed their heart, their mind, far from me, because now they're not looking up the book. They ain't reading the book and actually know what it's talking about. Right? They don't actually try to find out how to love the Most High and how to accept the Most High, right? But what? And what they fear what?
Their fear toward me is taught by the precept of men.
Their fear towards the Most High is taught by the precept of men. Okay? So now when we come with truth now, we say, oh, you're supposed to be doing that. You're supposed to be doing this. You're supposed to be doing that. No, I don't follow that because, we keep we keep in the laws, statutes, and commandments of the Bible. Now, people making a mockery of us now, like they don't know what we're talking about. Right? And with that, and even with that comes some persecution. Right? Read on.
Verse 14.
Uh-huh.
Therefore, behold, I will proceed to do a marvelous work among this people, even a marvelous work and a wonder. For the wisdom of their wise men shall perish, and the understanding of their prudent men shall be hid. Woe unto them that seek deep to hide their counsel from the Most High, and their works are in the dark. And they say, who seeth us? Who knoweth us?
And see, and that goes to certain, man, they hide, because see, most of these people, we talk to them, they know this stuff, man, but they can't teach it. Why? Because that means that, they be losing all kind of, they're losing people, man, because why? Because they done gave up to strong delusion now that they believe a lie. So now when you done preach all this stuff here now, and when you want to tell people the truth, they don't want to understand. They don't want to accept you now. So we talk about we're gonna move from Sunday to Saturday now, for example, right? Man, what do you mean? Jesus is black. People white or white life. You know what I'm saying? And on and on. What do you mean? Go celebrate Christmas? That's a family tradition. But what about my children? What about my grandchildren? Where they put the something? Because now you want to teach me on and on and on, right? Right? So they hide the stuff, right? Thinking that there ain't nobody going to know, right? But guess what? Christ, but now truth is out here now. It's common. It's almost like common knowledge. It's a household name now. The cat is out the bag, right? Read on.
Verse 16.
Come on.
Surely your turning of things upside down shall be esteemed as the potter's clay.
See that? Your turning things upside down should be esteemed as the potter's clay. And that's exactly what happened. They speak about, Sunday being the Sabbath, what I'm saying, as though that's in the Bible. Right? They speak about, Jesus, the Immaculate Conception, like, we were talking about earlier, the day before class and stuff like that. Like, you can find that in the Word. Right? That's what that means. Read on.
For shall the works say of him that made it, he made me not? Or shall the thing framed say of him that framed it, he had no understanding?
That's right.
Is it not yet a very little while, and Lebanon shall be turned into a fruitful field, and fruitful field shall be esteemed as a forest?
That's right.
And in that day shall the deaf hear the words of the book, and the eyes of the blind shall see out of obscurity, and out of darkness. Verse 19.
Come on.
The meek also shall increase their joy in the Most High,
Mm.
and the poor among men shall rejoice in the Holy One of Israel.
That's right.
For the terrible one is brought to,
Mm.
and the scorner is consumed,
Mm-hmm.
and all that watch for iniquity are cut off.
That's right.
Verse 21.
Mm-hmm.
That make a man an offender for a word, and lay a snare for him that reproveth in the gate,
That's right.
and turn aside the just for a thing of naught.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore, thus said the Most High, who redeemed Abraham concerning the house of Jacob. Jacob shall not now be ashamed,
Mm-hmm.
neither shall his face now wax pale.
Mm.
But when he seeth the children, the work of mine hands, in the midst of him, they shall sanctify my name, and sanctify the Holy One of Jacob, and shall fear the Most High, that power of Israel.
That's right.
They also that err in spirit shall come to understanding,
Mm.
and they that murmur shall learn doctrine.
All right. So read the commentary, brother, man.
The truth is there are many in this world, just like the past, who claim to follow the Most High.
That's right.
Their many praises of him, however, were exposed by how they treated those who were sent to correct the people in righteousness
Mm-hmm.
in the gates of the cities.
That's right.
When correction comes, that may touch on a person's sins that they do in the dark,
That's right.
their persecution will come against those of truth.
You see that? Look at. I mean, for example, man, look how all the debates or conversations you heard or see on YouTube on the radio shows that we elders broadcast, the James Whites, this person, that person. We bring in truth. I mean, it's evident. It's in the Bible, man. We ain't injecting anything, right? And now now they after they done they done got pretty much dismissed. Now they go back and they get amongst their own platform and want to talk about the elder or these black Israelites or they know what they talk about. They think and why? Because they know everything that is written cannot be denied. We teaching cannot be denied. The cat is out the bag. The water is pulled from our eyes. You can't sit there and deceive us no more, right? Because it's in the book. Seek ye out the book of the Lord and read, right? And we read, right? Go ahead.
Even now, censorship for truth is becoming stronger, while censorship against perversity is almost non-existent.
Right. So now let's wrap the definition. Let's wrap up the definition of persecution now, right? Let's wrap that definition around and bring us up like that. Let's go to Daniel chapter 6, right? Daniel chapter 6. Now we're gonna start at the 4th verse, okay? All right. The book of Daniel. Is that my mic? Okay. All right. All right. Book of Daniel, chapter 6. We're going to start at the 4th verse. Does everybody have a second?
This is the book of Daniel, chapter 6, starting at verse 4.
Mm-hmm.
And verse 4 reads,
Mm-hmm.
Then the president and princes sought to find occasions against Daniel.
You know what? Let's press with this real quick. Start at verse 1. All right, start at verse 1. Mm-hmm. Because okay, the king of the Medes and Persians at this time and stuff like that, knew about our prophet Daniel, right? And, had a respect for the prophet and the God that we worship, right? But there was, his consuls, that didn't really have the respect for the God of Israel, okay? And of Daniel and stuff like that. And we're gonna see the campaigning and the program to now, in which, our beloved prophet Daniel now, they gained their agenda and stuff like that, and still decided to still take that stand in truth, right? Go ahead, read the first verse.
This is Daniel, chapter 6, starting at verse 1. And verse 1 reads, It pleased Darius to set over the kingdoms 120 princes, which should be over the whole kingdom. And over these 3 presidents, of whom Daniel was first, that the princes might give accounts unto them, and the king should have no damage.
That's right.
Then this Daniel was preferred above the presidents and princes, because an excellent spirit was in him.
You see that? Darius preferred Daniel of all the Persians and Medes consul at the time, because he, his spirit agreed with Daniel, because he knows that, Darius had respect for Daniel and the God that he served. You understand? You see that? So read on.
And the king thought to set him over the whole realm.
Mm-hmm.
Then the president and princes sought to find occasion against Daniel concerning the kingdom, but they could find none occasion nor fault.
You see that? Sound familiar? And that later on happened with Christ. They couldn't find no fault in him and stuff. So they had to find something to go against him, right? See, they say that's nothing new under the sun, right? And they're gonna find some fault in you. Long as you do what Christ said to do, right? Read.
For as much as he was faithful, neither was there any error or fault found in him.
Come on.
Verse 5. Then said these men, we shall not find any occasion against this Daniel, except we find it against him concerning the law of the Most High.
You see that? See that now see, they're gonna, so matter of fact, so this is what happened. Read it. This is good. This is good stuff here.
Then these presidents and princes assembled together to the king, and said thus unto him, King Darius live forever. All the presidents of the kingdom, the governors and the princes, the counselors and the captains, have consulted together to establish a royal statute, and to make a firm decree, that whosoever shall ask a petition of any power or man for 30 days, save of thee, O king, he shall be cast into the den of lions.
You see that? So now, they did crafty counsel. Psalms 83, right? They did a crafty counsel and stuff like that, because they know that will put the prophet Daniel in a bind now, right? He can't see his God, or any man, or any man and stuff like that. Now, and guess what? Darius, trusting his counselors and princes and everything, and he gave the approval, the stamp of approval now, right? Read on.
Verse 8. Now, O king, establish the decree and sign the right, that it be not changed according to the law of the Medes and Persians, which altered it not.
Come on.
Wherefore King Darius signed the writing and the decree. Now when Daniel knew that the writing was signed, he went into his house, and his windows began being opened in his chambers towards Jerusalem. He kneeled upon his knees 3 times a day, and prayed, and gave thanks before his power, and he did aforetime.
That's right.
Verse 11. Then these men assembled
Mhm.
and found Daniel praying and making supplication before his power.
Mhm.
Then they came near and spake before the king concerning the king's decree.
You see that? You see how the devil? You see how the devil works? See, they knew that, you know, this man was in the company of his own. He wasn't doing this in public or anything like that, right? But see, because they didn't like the fact that King Darius esteemed the prophet Daniel, right, over them, they craftily counseled against him, you know, craftily counseled against Daniel and stuff like that, knowing that, you know, his pattern, his custom, according to the Holy Scripture, praying 3 times a day, that's, morning, noon, and night, that's Israelite custom. And they knew that. They just watch Daniel and stuff like that because he is in the council, right? So they knew that Daniel, he was strong in his belief and truth with the Most High, right? So now they got it. Read on. You had verse 11. No, excuse me. I'm sorry. It's 12. I'm sorry.
Hast thou not signed a decree that every man that shall ask a petition of any power or man within 30 days, save of thee, O king, shall be cast into the den of lions? The king answered and said, the thing is true, according to the law of Medes and Persians, which altereth not.
That's right.
Then answered they and said before the king, that Daniel, which is of the children of the captivity of Judah, regardeth not thee, O king, nor the decree that thou hast signed, but maketh his petition 3 times a day. Verse 14. Then the king, when he heard these words, was sore displeased with himself.
Why, man? Because Daniel, that's his main man. He loved him. You understand? And that displeased him and stuff like that because he had respect for Daniel. He had respect for the Most High God of Israel. Okay? So that his predecessor, right? You understand what I'm saying? So read on.
And set his heart on Daniel to deliver him. And he labored till the going down of the sun to deliver him. Verse 15.
That's right.
Then these men assembled unto the king, and said unto the king, know, O king, that the law of the Medes and Persians is that no decree nor statute which the king established may be changed. Then the king commanded, and they brought Daniel and cast him into the den of lions. Now the king spake and said unto Daniel, that God whom thou servest continually, he will deliver thee.
Okay, is that it? Okay, yeah, that's it on that? Okay. So read the commentary. So y'all already know that, this was, but read the commentary.
So the governmental law was used against the man who stood with the true creator of all men. Daniel stood in protest against the perverse law that was craftily put into law. Question is, where were all the other Israelites to stand with him?
Right. Because this law was made for them too. Right? Daniel wasn't the only captive of the children of Judah that was in Medo Persia during that time. Right? Where was them? Where were they? Read.
Daniel was not in captivity by himself.
That's right.
This is no different today, and when the real head of the serpent is shown through the government, all those claiming to be with the Most High, except for a few, will also fade into the shadow. There is nothing new under the sun.
That's right. All right now. So so the question was, are we ready? Right? Are we ready? Trying to get there? Okay, we all trying to get there, you know. But see, that's why we got these scriptures here. That's why we got the Bible for an example on how to prepare ourselves, right? Christ said what? If they hate you, know that they hated me first. You understand? If they hate you, know that they hated him first. See, they talking about Jesus all they want to on TVN, on 700 Club, and all that stuff like that. But guess what? They hate the real Christ. The Christ they love is Caesar Borgia. Okay? They love that because they know that I ain't the real Christ. Right? And that's the truth. Caesar Borgia, the one they call, the Edomite image of what they won't call Jesus Christ, stuff like that, is lovable. That God, that Savior, let them do whatever, let people do whatever they want, be whoever they want, but not the Bible, not the Yeshua that's written in the Bible. You understand? And this ain't got nothing to do with race or none of that stuff like that. That's the truth. Okay? Let's get the first Samuel, right? Let's get another account of within Israel and stuff at the time, governmental or a campaign to pick out a man of God, right? Let's our patriarch David, from the time where Saul ruled, Benjamin, right? All right. In 1 Samuel 23, verse 15. All right. That's right. The very first king of Israel was a Benjamin. All right. Before Judah got crowned. All right. Let's see. 1 Samuel 23, and we start at verse 15. Everybody there say Con?
This is 1 Samuel, chapter 23, starting at verse 15. And verse 15 reads, And David saw that Saul was come out to seek his life. And David was in the wilderness of Ziba, in a wood. And Jonathan, Saul's son, arose and went to David into the wood and strengthened his hand in the Most High power. And he said unto him, Fear not, for the hand of Saul my father shall not find thee, and thou shalt be king over Israel.
Now check that out now.
And I shall be next unto thee, and that also Saul my father knoweth. Verse 18. And they two made a covenant before the Most High. And David abode in the wood, and Jonathan went to his house. Then came up to the Ziphites, to Saul, to Gibeah, saying, Doth not David hide himself with us in strongholds in the wood, in the hills of Hachilah, which is on the south of Jezreel? Verse 20. Now therefore, O king, come down according to all the desire of thy soul to come down, and our part shall be to deliver him unto the king's hand.
That's right.
And Saul said, Blessed be ye of the Most High, for ye have compassion on me. Go, I pray you, prepare yet, and know and see his place where his heart is, and who has seen him there.
When he's talking about where his heart is, stuff like that, it's talking about, it was basically, checking for footprints, right? When you go into the Hebrew, you look at that word and stuff like that, actually, a hunt actually means foot, or steps, okay? So, I mean, you put that together and stuff like that, you got, when somebody's searching for somebody, you're looking for footprints of how to track it, right? Go ahead.
For it is told me that the deal is very sudden. See therefore and take knowledge of all the lurking places where to hide himself, and come ye again to me with the certainty, and I will go with you. And it shall come to pass, if he be in the land, that I will search him out throughout all the thousands of Judah.
There you go. All right, so read the commentary on that, my brother.
So David was being hunted in order to be killed by the government at that time. The people knew that David who was chosen by the Most High, was to be king because it was proclaimed openly.
You see that?
When it came down to the people's side, when it came down to the people sided with who was in power, it became snitches for the government.
That's right.
Sounds familiar?
That's right.
Is this not something that is entirely possible today?
That's right. Yeah, man. And check this out, man. These were Israelites conspiring against the Israelites. Okay? So this was no Saul wasn't no Gentile or anything like that. So even your own brother, and that's what Christ said, that we will betray one another, and that's one of the signs to know that we at the end.
Yes.
Let's go to Matthew chapter 10. You understand? Speaking of Christ there, let's go with Christ. Let's see what Christ said. In Matthew chapter 10. Alright? Say con if you're there. Matthew chapter 10, we're going to start at the 18th verse.
This is Matthew chapter 10, starting at verse 18. And verse 18 reads, And ye shall be brought before governors and kings for my sake, for a testimony against them and the Gentiles.
That's right.
But when they deliver you up, take no thought how or what ye shall speak, for it shall be given you in that same hour what ye shall speak.
That's right.
Yes, sir.
For it is not ye that speak, but the Spirit of your Father which speaketh in you.
That's right.
Yes.
Verse 21. And the brother shall deliver up the brother to death, and the father the child, and the children shall rise up against their parents, and cause them to be put to death.
And it's so funny going back to verse 20 and stuff like that. It's so funny that Christ said that, man, because see, when Moses was asked by the Father to deliver us out of Egypt and stuff like that, Moses is saying, well, I'm not eloquent in speech and stuff like that. What I want to say, and the Most High, when Yeshua, the advocate of the Most High at the time, during that time in the burning bush, was telling them the same thing. Don't think take no thought on how or what you're gonna say, because guess what? The Spirit of the Most High is gonna put the words in your mouth, right? So even in this time right here today and stuff like that, look here, man. When you stand on truth, don't worry about how or what to say and stuff like that. You just stay prayed up. You know what I'm saying? And ask the Father to put those words, when you on trial. What does it say? You understand? Read on now, my brother.
Verse 22.
Uh-huh.
And ye shall be hated of all men for my name's sake.
Go back to 21. Mm-hmm.
And the brother shall deliver up the brother to death, and the father the child, and the children shall rise up against their parents.
That's right.
And cause them to be put to death.
That's right.
And ye shall be hated of all men for my name's sake.
That's right.
But he that endureth to the end shall be saved.
You see that? And right now you see me go speckles to that and stuff like that, because now, when you come into the truth and you read the Bible the way it is now, you got a different pair of lens on how, our father or our mother or our brother or our sister or our child even. Those who have grown children. You understand? They be like, Mom, you don't know what you're talking about. You're not like you in color or something, or whatever. They ain't gonna be the main people, man, if they don't, if the Most High don't, guide their eyes to see, they're gonna be the main ones, when it's all going on, they're gonna be like, look here, man, I don't know what's going. They're gonna be the one giving you up because you talking about, getting out of this. You ain't taking no computer chip and all this other stuff. They're gonna think you like, man, there ain't nothing wrong with that, man. They're supposed to be helping us. They're gonna be believing the narrative. But you know better now because they're gonna be like, oh, I don't know what's wrong with my mom. I don't know what's wrong with that. I don't know what's wrong with my brother, man. They believe in some man on YouTube or Ustream and all this stuff like that, listen to this guy here with a turban on his head or whatever like that, he or she in a cult. This is where he had, this is where she had right here. They be coming up and they have to drive over here to Columbia, the Irma, whatever like that. They have church on a Saturday. I ain't never heard nothing like that. Right? This is going to happen. Okay? Read on.
Verse 23. But when they persecute you in this city, flee ye into another.
That's right. And see, and believe it or not, brothers and sisters and stuff like that, that's what the disciples did and stuff like that, that's why, they've been setting up, going and praying and speaking in different cities and getting disciples and setting up churches and stuff like that because they know wherever they be persecuted at, man, they got another place where people just like that, the Most High even said in Isaiah, right? Look here, I got 7,000 people that I have set apart that didn't bother me to pay at the image of Baal. You understand? So man, of course, we know we got people. We got people here, you know what I'm saying? We got people out here that think like us and know the Most High name and stuff like that, so we have nothing to fear, We got DOCCs all over, right?
For verily I say unto you, ye shall not have gone over the cities of Israel till the Son of Man be come.
That's right.
The disciples is not above his master, nor the servant above his Lord.
That's right.
It is enough for the disciples that he be as his master and the servant as his Lord. If they have called the master of the house Beelzebub, how much more shall they call them of his household?
That's right. They was calling Christ, they was calling Christ the devil back when he was they was calling Christ the devil, man, because he was teaching a doctrine that wasn't, even heard of during the time of the Pharisees and scribes and everything during his time. It was a whole different doctrine being taught, even though they knew they were Jews, even though they were preaching the law, but they were, Christ was speaking with authority, like, he knew that Torah, and that's enough, better than those who were calling themselves or who were, who were ordained as teachers. You know what I mean? Even our people been licensed, just like we got preachers and pastors down here now. They ordained ministers and stuff like that, and let's say Charles Walker Ball or my brother Randy over here or Sandy, man, we go up there and we preach the word, and he said, man, look at it, they be looking at us like, what Bible he reading from? We look at him, what Bible you reading from? Okay, it was that kind of thing. You understand? Because, we can read the same Bible and we see the truth. We read it as it's written, and they preaching philosophy, precepts of men. You see that? So they're in persecution now, right? Now they're trying to get better because, man, if their congregation get a whip of that, man, they coming over here. They be like, man, look at, man, what I'm gonna fall in 30, 40, 50 years. Right? Read on.
This is verse 26. Fear them that, so I can fear, not therefore, for there is nothing covered.
That's right.
It shall not be revealed and hid, that shall not be known. What I tell you in darkness, that speak ye in light.
That's right.
And when ye hear in the ear, that perish ye upon the housetop.
The preach.
That preach ye upon the housetop.
That's right.
And fear not them which kill the body, but are not able to kill the soul.
That's right.
but rather fear him which is able to destroy both soul and body in hell.
That's right. You don't need to fear them that kill the body and not kill the soul, but rather fear the one that can kill both. Right? You comment?
Christ already said that we will be betrayed by those closest to us in that day.
Mm-hmm.
So many of us come into the truth and don't even have one family member to stand with. So is this the prophecy really that far-fetched? Is Salaki to stand with? So is this prophecy really that far-fetched? If Christ was betrayed by those closest to him, then we should expect nothing less.
That's right.
How many holidays have you had to go without, while those who you told the truth to continue to follow them and treat you differently for doing what was right?
That's right.
The herd mentality of following what is popular is all over the earth today. This is the beginning of a far worse problem which shall manifest itself in these last days. The mark of the beast will also be popular one day.
That's right. That's right. So let's go right to 2 Thessalonians, first chapter. But you know, man, that's only confirming what we had. Okay, go
I
ahead.
just want to address this commentary as far as, being by yourself. And we have to understand that there's going to be daughters, sons, that we're going to look to try to save and do things with it, and they're not going to be there to help us. We're going to be persecuted. It's hard to believe that somebody that you love and that you grow so close to would do that. But in order to save their neck to be a part of this world, it's going to happen. So we need to understand that spiritually, that he's given us instructions as to what to do when this comes into play. So just keep that in mind.
Absolutely.
Question?
Yes, ma'am.
Or about, or
Well, you can I want to get through here. I want to get through this here, but you can say it before you write it down, and I can answer it.
it was a statement, like what first person?
What's the statement?
It's okay.
Okay, all right. All right. So, 2 Thessalonians, the first chapter, verse 4.
There's a kind. This is 2 Thessalonians, chapter 1, starting at verse 4.
Mm-hmm.
And verse 4 reads, so that we ourselves glory in you, in the churches of the Most High, for you patience and faith in all your persecutions and tribulations that ye endure, which is a manifest token of the righteous judgment of the Most High, that ye may be counted worthy of the kingdom of the Most High, that power, for which ye also suffer, seeing it is a righteous thing with the Most High, that power, to recompense tribulation to them that trouble you.
That's right.
Verse 7. And to you who are troubled, rest with us.
That's right.
When the Most High Yeshua shall be revealed from heaven with the mighty angels.
That's right.
In flaming fire, taking vengeance on them that know not the Most High, that power, and that obey not the gospel of our Lord Yeshua Christ, who shall be punished with everlasting destruction from the presence of the Most High and from the glory of his power.
That's right. Read the commentary.
How quickly we forget that the beginning of the church of Christ was with great persecution.
That's right.
The people were fed to lions, beaten, murdered, and many other perverse forms of torture for the beliefs to the point the church was driven underground. If that happened during the perverse rule of Rome, how much more now when the whole world has been bred to think like perverse Romans, which hate the laws of the Most High?
That's right. Exactly. And stuff like that, like Elder McCall always be expressing, man, those, when you see those gladiator games, and everything like that, you know, when you see, you know, they throw them in the arena and stuff like that, they fighting the lions and tigers, all kind of stuff like that, you know, that was our people and stuff, even though you probably seen Gladiator and the movie just like that, you know, they have, you know, Russell Crowe and all them up in there, man, that was really yuck, you know, so yeah, man, I mean, you know, like you said, man, Christ is persecuted, right? The disciples, you see Stephen, he was killed, you know, man, because he was accused of being going against Moses, right? Paul was accused of teaching against Moses. You know, that was the whole argument. You know what I'm saying? With the Pharisees and scribes, the lawyers and stuff like that, you know, that was set up by the Romans, the Sanhedrin and everything like that. That was their whole argument, right? That was their whole, you know, gripe against Christ's doctrine. And they thought it was something new, when there was something already prophesied in the Bible. You know what I'm saying? So let's go to Wisdom of Solomon. Let's go into the mindset of those governmental, these ones that's campaigning and setting the programs and the campaign against the children of God, children of righteousness, right? Okay? Because, you know, these things were prophesied in the Bible. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 2. Okay? Let's start at the first verse.
You want to say time? This is the Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 2, starting at verse 1. And verse 1 reads, "For the ungodly said, reasoning with themselves, but not aright, our life is short and tedious, and in the depths of a man there is no remedy. Neither was there any man known to have returned from the grave. For we are born at all adventure, and we shall be hereafter as though we had never been. For the breath for the breath in our nostrils is as smoke, and a little spark in the movement of our heart."
That's right.
Verse 3, "Which being extinguished, our body shall be turned into ashes, and our spirit shall vanish as the soft air.
That's right.
And our names shall be forgotten in time, and no man shall have our works in remembrance.
That's right.
And our life shall pass away as the trace of a cloud, and shall be dispersed as a mist that is driven away with the beams of the sun, and overcomes with the heat thereof.
That's right.
For our time is a very shadow that passes away. After our end there is no returning.
That's right.
For it is fast sealed, so that no man cometh again." Verse 6, "Come on, therefore, let us enjoy the good things that are present."
Now you see this, y'all, man. This is a mentality of people when they say, you know what, man, we only live once and stuff like that in this world, man. So hey, let's live our life to the fullest. Let's do whatever it is we want to do, instead of what the Most High, had a purpose for man. So because all of us here, as born from a woman, have a purpose according to the scriptures. To please, in Ecclesiastes, it says the whole duty of man is to serve the Most High, keep His commandments. Okay, that's from the beginning, right? But see, these ungodly people say, man, you know what? Man, my life is tedious, man. Look here, man. I ain't gonna sit here and just walk in this earth without leaving a mark. Okay? I'm gonna die anyway, so look here, man. I might as well live it up, right?
And let us speedily use the creature like as in you.
That's right.
Let us fill ourselves with costly wine and ointments, and let no flower of the spring pass by us. Let us crown ourselves with rosebuds before they be withered.
And that crown is synonymous with rulership and stuff like that. It's like, when we began to fall, the Israelites began to fall and stuff like that, and those same Gentiles that were, under the Amalek because the first invasion, when we fall and stuff like that, they start to ransack our land and stuff and take all our resources, our gold and everything like that. The nations, started crying themselves, started, passing off these, all the riches and stuff like that. And, and left us big. You understand? So this is what's going on here. Okay? They crowning themselves. And what else they doing, Tom Tyler? Verse 9?
Verse 9. Let none of us go without his part of our voluptuousness. Let us leave tokens of our joyfulness in every place.
That's right.
For this is our portion, and our lot is this.
Come on.
Let us oppress the poor righteous man.
Let us do what?
Oppress the poor righteous man.
Let us oppress the one. So it is an agenda. This is the beginning of the agenda right here. Right? Let us oppress the poor righteous man. And what else?
Let us not spare the widow, nor reverence the ancient gray hairs of the aged.
Sound familiar? Huh? Read.
Verse 11. Let our strength be the law of justice.
Let our what?
Let our strength be the law of justice.
Let our strength, the same thing with the Medes and the Persians was going, against Daniel and stuff like that. And they what? Their strength be the what?
The law of justice.
Come on.
For that which is feeble is found to be nothing worth.
Come on.
Therefore, let us lie and wait for the righteous, because he is not for our turn.
He is not for our turn. Read.
And he is clean contrary to our doing. He upbraideth us with our offending. He upbraideth us with our offending the law, and objective to our infamy, the transgressing of our education.
See, everything that they educate, they educated and stuff because they are lawless people, right? Gentiles, heathen is what the Bible calls them, right? So how do you expect a heathen, to follow God, the Most High, the God of Israel, law, statute, and commandment, when they wasn't taught that? The law was, the law of God, the oracles of God was given to the children of Israel, right? It was given to Moses, right? So, now they, the teachers, the law is done away with now. So people that they already know that we're going to lose their inheritance and discontinue their inheritance and stuff like that because of a millennial age curse. For breaking the law, statutes, commandments, and stuff like that, they have to, knowing that, we will come next, they have to set up a campaign and a program now so we can stay asleep. And then lay snares and traps down. They think that we Africans, Ethiopians, Egyptians, Ghanaians, Nigerians, instead of putting two and two together and say, you know what, man, these Israelites, and this captivity sound like, going in the ships and all that. That sounds like us, right? You understand what I'm saying? Say that, right? And make all the things that, we cherish, at one time we cherished, the Christmas holidays and eating the ham, that glazed ham with the pineapple on them and all that. They had to make that, they had to make that lawful. You understand? They had to make that, they had to keep us in perpetual sin. Because, by us doing that, when Christ comes now, by default, the people now calling themselves Jews and keeping it what they up here as the law, God won't have nothing to do with the real people, right? Y'all heard this before, but this is the mindset of these setting the programs up, right? Read on.
This is verse 13.
Come on.
He professeth to have the knowledge of the Most High, that power, and he calleth himself the child of the Most High.
You see that? Who called himself God's chosen people? Huh? He professes to have the knowledge of God. Who's the one that even our people go to these people because they have the Torah, right? Read.
He was made to reprove our thoughts.
We were made to reprove their thoughts, not the other way around. And it's so funny, you go to the very people and stuff like that enslave us to learn the law. You understand? How to be righteous. Well, that the Most High, when He created us, He built a mechanism that, automatically, even in darkness, we know what's right and wrong. Okay? Because some of these things, even in slavery, we had to do something, we had to do some of the law just by nature. Right? Read.
Verse 15.
Come on.
He is grievous to us even to behold. For his life is not like other men's.
That's right.
His ways are of another fashion. We are esteemed of him as counterfeits.
That's right.
He has stayed from our ways as from filthiness. He pronounces the end of the just to be blessed, and maketh his boast that the Most High power is his Father.
That's right. That's right. So read the commentary.
As time moves forward, we can see that the laws are becoming more and more restrictive in nature as far as what a person can say against those things in society which are perverse.
That's right.
These laws are there not to perverts and reprobates. The righteous are the targets of these laws because the wicked are attempting to remove any person with a good conscience from society.
That's right.
They hide themselves now with their true intentions under the cover of peaceful resolution, but soon their real agenda will become obvious and physical. You can already go to jail in some places for not calling a person the proper gender they wish to be called.
That's right. You see that? man, you go to jail and you don't say Miss J. Instead of what's up, homie? What's going on, brother, man? They get offended now. When you say the obvious, right? Anyway, man, let's go to 2nd Ezra, 16th chapter. 2nd Ezra 16 and verse 64. Start there. Good stuff right here. Great, man. You see that? So man, I have to annotate it for you. Let's do some more time. Okay, let's do some more time.
If you're on there, say come. This is 2nd Ezra, chapter 16, starting at verse 64. And 64 reads, Therefore hath the Most High exactly searched out all your works, and he will put you all to shame.
That's right.
And when your sins are brought forth, you shall be ashamed before men, and your own sins shall be your accusers in that day, What will ye do? Or how will ye hide until your sins before the Most High that power and his angels?
That's right.
Behold, the Most High that power himself is the judge. Fear him. Leave off from your sins and forget your iniquity.
That's right.
To meddle no more with them forever. So shall the Most High power lead you forth and deliver you from all trouble.
That's right.
For behold, the burning wrath of a great multitude is kindled over you, and they shall take away certain of you and feed you, being idle with things offered unto idols.
That's right.
Verse 69. And they that consent unto them shall be had in derision and in reproach and in trodden underfoot.
That's right.
For there shall be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Most High.
That's right.
Verse 71. They shall be like mad men, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Most High.
Yeah, man.
For they shall waste and take away their goods, and cast them out of their houses.
That's right.
Then shall they be known, who are my chosen,
That's right.
and they shall be tried as the gold in the fire.
That's right.
Verse 74. Hear, O ye my beloved, saith the Most High. Behold, the days of trouble are at hand.
That's
but
right.
I will deliver you from the same.
That's right.
Be ye not afraid, neither doubt, for the Most High thy power is your God and your God, and the God of them who keep my commandments and precepts, saith the Most High thy power.
That's right. That's the only ones who gonna get saved out of this, right? It ain't gonna, you ain't gonna be honoring the Most High and drawing it with your mouth and honoring him with his lips and stuff like that. But your mind, those who mindset, as far as the commandments is far from the Most High, you ain't gonna be saved for this, man. You got the love of the Most High to keep the commandments, okay, and his precepts, right? So keep that in mind. You understand? And always, meditate on those things like the scriptures say. Meditate on those day and night, because that's what's going to save us from all this. Okay. Said the Most High. It tells you in the Bible. It tells you in I think Thessalonians, man. To serve the Lord. Save yourself, but what is it? Seek out your own salvation with fear and trembling. Okay? Don't worry about Tom, Dick, and Larry. You know what I'm saying? You worry about yourself and how you gonna get saved and how you gonna endure to the end. You understand? Read on.
Let not your sins weigh you down,
That's right.
and let not your iniquities lift up themselves.
That's right.
Woe be it to them that are bound with their sins and covered with their iniquities, like as the field is covered over with bushes, and the path thereof covered with thorns, that no man may travel through.
That's right. Read the commentary what they say right there.
You must be prepared to lose everything in the truth, because with Satan's societies being set up worldwide, there will be no room for those who choose to follow the Most High. Put down your sins now, and it will make you weak in the days of persecution, and you will compromise with Satan to sustain yourself.
That's right. Yeah, man, we got to be able to deny ourselves and everything, right? And we expect to, just like Christ did, right? Putting up your own cross, right? So let's go to the book of Amos, chapter 5. Yeah, we just got a couple more, right? Amos 5, and we'll start at verse 18. Amos 5 and 18. Amos 5 and 18. All right?
There say, Con? This is Amos chapter 5, starting at verse 18. And verse 18 reads, Woe unto you that desire the day of the Most High. To what end is it for you?
He said, woe unto you that desire the day of the Most High. Man, I wish Christ had heard me get it. You know what I'm saying? So be careful what you ask for. You better be certain that you gonna read on the right. You know what I mean? All right now, read.
To what end is it for you? The day of the Most High is darkness and not light.
That's right.
If a man did flee from a lion, and a bear met him, or went into the house and hid his hand on the wall, and a serpent bit him.
Wow.
Shall not the day of the Most High be darkness and not light? Even very dark, and no brightness in it.
So check this out, man. He said, look, man, it's like a man fleeing from a lion and a bear beat him and stuff like that. That's the day of the Lord and stuff like that. There ain't no escape. Like, oh, man, where you come from? Right, yeah. So you gotta, like I said, man, you better be, you gotta make sure that, man, we don't purge, man. We squeaky clean. Okay? Read the commentary on Pablo.
The day of Christ's return is nothing to desire if you're fleshly ways. In fact, even the righteous were fearful at times when Christ would come down to visit. Are you ready?
That's right.
Are you waiting until the last minute to change? It will not go well for those who continue in confusion and know the truth regardless of who you are.
That's right. That's right, man. So we gotta, we definitely gotta, tighten up. All right. Last scripture, Revelations 2 and 18. Is that my mic? Oh, because my ears are going into the. Oh.
I was looking at you just now, I'm like, that's right.
Oh, okay. Oh, man, I need to say it. Oh, man. All right. Revelations 2:18, okay? Last scripture is there. That's not bad.
That's not bad, man. I know what you're talking about. I was looking.
Right. All right.
We all dare say come? This is Revelation chapter 2, starting at verse 18. And verse 18 reads, And to the angel of the church is Thyatira write, These things saith the Son of the Most High thy power, who hath his eyes like unto a flame of fire, and his feet are like fine brass. I know thy works, and charity, and service, and faith, and thy patience, and thy works, and the last to be more than the first. Notwithstanding, I have a few things against thee, because thou suffered that woman Jezebel, which calleth herself a prophetess, to teach and to seduce my servants to commit fornication, and to eat things sacrificed unto idols.
Of course, that fornication, spiritual fornication, because it's talking about eating things sacrificed unto idols, right? Read on.
Verse 21, come on. And I gave her space to repent for her fornication, and she repented not. Come on. Behold, I will cast her into a bed, and them that commit adultery with her into great tribulation, except they repent of their deeds.
That's right, man. So, you keep following up that spirit, keep committing spiritual fornication, or you keep in this practice eventually and don't repent. Eventually, then you will be judged according to thy works, right? Read.
And I will kill her, and I will kill her children, and all the churches shall know he which searches the reins and heart. And I will give unto every one of you according to your work.
That's right.
But unto you I say, and unto the rest in Thyatira, as many as have not this doctrine, and which have not known the depths of Satan as they speak, I will put upon you none other burden.
Right. And before you end that out and stuff like that, hearing talk about read that and stuff, reading along and stuff like that, a lot of our churches where we came from and stuff like that, we got the love, the patience, the charity, the good service and everything like that, and the faith to a certain degree, but not according to knowledge. Okay? Not according to the doctrine, right? Read 24 again.
Start back at verse 24. But unto you I say, and unto the rest of the Thyatira, as many as have not this doctrine.
So many as many as have not this doctrine. The doctrine concerning Christ, the testimony of Christ, according to what we read right here, right? Read.
And which have not known the depths of Satan.
And which have known the depths of Satan, because, it's found, rest assured, like, before we come into the knowledge of the truth, man, we know, the depths of what Satan can do. We know, the bad stuff, what they tell us, oh, that ain't up for the devil and stuff like that, but that could be any old thing, right? Or that ain't up for Satan because, you didn't get the job. Oh, that ain't up for the devil. Okay, that's what, I've been hearing, coming up, or, somebody just say something bad about me, oh, that ain't up for the devil, man, don't worry about that. You just press on, you just trust in God. So we know that, Satan being transformed into an angel of light, and because many people coming in Christ's name saying I'm in Christ and deceiving many. We didn't know all that. We didn't know how Satan gonna go to even transform himself to an angel of light, right? So that's what it's talking about. We learned that. We came in the truth, understand that and following that along and stuff like that. So when I read that thing, I was like, you know what, man. Other than the praise and worship and us coming together and stuff like that, and fellowship and stuff like that, besides not having the doctrine, most of our churches was like Thyatira, having the love and the patience and it's gonna be all right, baby. Man, you trust in the Lord and stuff like that. And encouraging and everything like that. But we just didn't have the doctrine. Okay, read on.
As they speak,
Mm-hmm.
I will put upon you none other burden.
That's right.
But that which ye have already hold fast till I come.
Come on.
And he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end, to him will I give power over the nations.
That's right. We need the last commentary here, bro.
We must overcome and follow the voice that demands our sobriety in a drunken world. Those that preach lies and continue to encourage our people to sin will have their judgment. How about you? Are you ready to stand with truth and walk in the light of Yeshua in these last days? For those that overcome the trials, the kingdom is waiting. We pray for all of you to have a good success in this journey. Shalom.
Shalom. All right.
All praises to the Most High.
All right. Yes, sir.
A lot of people think, when it says about the devil of Satan, a lot of people think that Satan comes, when they hear that word subtle, they thinking that it's quick. But a lot of times it's easy.
Right.
He ease it on you. Where you don't really think he's doing no harm.
Right. Yeah, he's being crafty and cunning.
Easy,
right.
It's easy, real easy to you. And it's accept real quick.
That's right. That's right.
It's not how fast he comes out. Easy.
Right. Absolutely. And I open up for any question or comment according to the lesson there. And since we got a little time here and stuff like that, before we go into the announcement, if I have any question or comment, according to the lesson. No? Yes, sir.
I got a comment.
Yes, sir.
My comment is we talk to people all the time, we witnessing to people. We try to let them know what's going on, these traditions. Again, that golden cup.
Right.
Like I was speaking to a couple of Gentiles, I thought the Gentile Hebrews, I tell them here where I'm at, who I'm at. It costs me a job here is a $3,000 job. I witness to them. I tell them the truth. I said, you better know this through the shy if it's returning and find all these lies, it's going to destroy them and those that hold them.
Right.
Anyways, what I was trying to tell you is that people don't understand what's in that golden cup. And how it's tied into traditions of men.
Right.
It's false religion. It's
Right.
coming number one through the Edomites, the Gentiles. And I tell them, I went into a store and this lady there, oh, you should sing the revival at her house. Man come up to me, oh, you must work for the city. You look like one of those head supervisors in the city. I said, no, ma'am. I said, I'm a highest jet. I said, I work for the Most High High. I have him on my business shirt. I put his name on my shirt and Philadelphia Hebrew. That's my boss right there. I said, I work for him. And she would tell me about a revival and went on to tell her. I said, man, let me tell you. I said, these things that people teaching you, these Gentiles teachings, these philosophies and these theologies are part of that golden cup. It's false religion. It doesn't belong there. Now, blow people's minds, because Most High showed this to me a long time ago, that Christianity was satanic. I told people that, well, they looked at me like I was the plague. I said, it's satanic. It's got so many false doctrines added up in it. It took away from the understanding of the Hebrew Bible, of who the Most High's chosen people are, who those laws are, and how they come to take over and steal as part of that conspiracy, like the sister said earlier. I tell people the truth. I tell them, I say, look, when I walk away from you, I'm going home, I'm going to sleep good tonight. I told you the truth. I'm going to destroy them lies out of that golden cup in that whore's hand. And this woman said, no, well, you said the word, Lord. I said, ma'am, it's written in the Bible. I said, you understand that the highest trying to destroy these lies who are so true to be set free? And they don't understand what's all in there. So I was making this comment. I constantly go over that golden cup with people. Telling them what's in that cup. And it's part of conspiracy through the Edomites, the Gentiles. I was talking to a Hebrew woman, an older Hebrew lady. She said, oh, God loves us all. I said, he does love us if you're in the right thing, but understand there's an order with the Most High. His people are being pushed under. And I said, he's bringing judgment upon the nations for these, the very acts. And you try to talk to people, when I tell them that, they look at me like I'm crazy. I said, man, it's the truth. And I told them about the OCC. I said, check it out. You need to understand what's been stolen from you. And I said, I'm just that Gentile. Go home. I sleep good at night. I said, because I told you the truth is a friend. I just want to talk about that golden cup a lot because it's got a major part when we're talking to people because they can't understand that even the letter J wasn't invented in the year 1634. You know, we go a long ways with this. I'm saying that golden cup, that Babylonian religion, that promoted through this whore Christianity. And I expose that from every angle. Believe me, when I get through with them, I work them up and down, side to side. They know, they say, man, there's something about you, but I say, I'm a highest Gentile. Okay.
Oh, praise God.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. She need a mic, I think.
As a sister.
Hold on, sister.
I don't need a mic, I can talk.
I know.
We got people online.
I have people online and listening, so we try to get your voice on it. That's why.
But nonetheless, I enjoy what Brother James said. But when I hear, such and such pertaining to Christianity, I go back on the compassion of Christ and the reason he came. That even you're going to have like Gentiles that's going to live that word, that's going to apply the word of the Most High, believe it or not, better than some of them that has been supposedly called out and set apart. Which is why Christ said in this lesson, when he was pertaining to families, he wasn't just talking about the natural family, he was talking about both alike, the natural and spiritual families. There is going to be conflict in both of the families. And with that being said, Christ said, even when these things do happen to them that are chosen and that are the true, I love using that expression, sons of the Most High, but he said that them that are led of the Spirit, meaning that you have to know the mind of the Holy Spirit first to be led, afterwards being divinely led, being then walk into the Spirit. For the word says, then there's no condemnation unto them. Right? And with that being said, I just wanted to summation says that, Christ said no matter what come after us from left to right, who may come through, he said, rejoice. Right? He said, when men shall revile you, they're going to persecute you, they're going to examine you from left to right, but Christ said, rejoice and be exceedingly glad. And this is what's going to keep us going. Trust me, the word, because he already forewarned us that these things are going to happen. So if you're happy and you know it, say a Well, you know, elders, just, I don't know what to say to people when they want to hear me. Because when I come out my mouth, they don't like my words. You know what I'm saying? They go against me. Then they talk about me behind my back and say, she crazy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they say she crazy, she don't know what she's talking about.
Yeah, stand up.
But then I start putting it out the Bible and showing that the Bible is saying these things, then they start swallowing they saliva a little bit different. It looks at me sideways like, I need to go back and re-study my Bible. I said, yeah, you might do. You know what I'm saying? You know, I said, because we all want something. Okay? Everybody. All right? Good and bad, you know. And certain people, when I come to work now, they treat me different. You know what I'm saying? They say, oh, they go that Hebrew woman. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I said, okay, I'm glad you take his money, but when he comes down here, he's gonna have to laugh at it.
Right. I got an encouraging word to read to you. This is in 1 Peter chapter 4, verse 12. It says, beloved, think it not strange concerning the fiery trial, which is to try you, as though some strange thing happened unto you. But rejoice in much as ye are partakers of Christ's suffering, that when his glory shall reveal, ye may be glad also with exceeding joy. If ye be reproached for the name of Christ, happy are ye, for the spirit of glory and of a higher rested upon you. On their part he is evil spoken of, but on your part he is glorified. But none of you suffer as a murderer, or as a thief, or as an evildoer, or as a busybody in other men's matters. Yet if any man suffer as a Christian, let him not be ashamed, but let him glorify a higher on this behalf. Okay? All right. There's some more, but you get the drift, right? All right. Yes. So hey man, look here, man. Hey man, look here, man. Dance and jig or something when they come with you something, they say, that's all right. I praise the Most High anyhow, right? All right. All right. And now announcements. All right. And right before Tiffany comes, I just have one. No, God, come on. I can talk loud enough. That on Fridays is at 7 o'clock on the conference call, we're doing the pre-baptism orientation for those looking to be baptized. Okay. No, I haven't been here or announced, in a couple of weeks, but on Fridays at 7 p.m. on the conference number is 712-770-47. Right? Access code 563 787 pound signal, right? Pound sign at the end of that, right? We're gonna do the pre-baptism baptism. Now we're gonna all do the baptism on September 8th, early, okay? Before the festivities and everything start on the holy day, we're gonna be doing it early, okay? And to be announced where we all gonna meet. It's gonna be in Lake Murray for sure, down the street here. But to be announced where we gonna all meet so we can all, so everybody gonna, be in one vicinity, okay? All right.
Do you have a time, maybe?
I usually like to start early, but like I said, to be announced. I will mention that, to the saints that's getting baptized, you understand, on the call. But anybody that wanted, that's already baptized that want to partake and stuff like that, y'all will know when that time comes, okay? Right before the time comes, okay? Take it away, Sister Tiffany. Thank you.
Shabbat Shalom, family. GLCC baptismal and marriage protocols. If you're looking to join with any of the GLCC congregations worldwide, become a baptized member, we are asking that you adhere to the following protocols. The rules and regulations of baptism. You must attend 2 months or 8 weeks of Shabbat service at your respective church. After the 2 months, you will be qualified for orientation. You will speak with your elder or deacon in your respective congregation to complete the orientation class. Upon completion of orientation, you will be given 30 days to resolve any issues of the old man or woman, and then you will be scheduled for baptism. The process may take a minimum of 3 months as each situation varies. Marriage important rules and regulations. To everyone, marriage is honorable and it is extremely important in the sight of the Most High. These are the rules and regulations of marriage and courting of the Gathering of Christ Church, to which we are all expected to adhere to. If you are seeking to court and then be married with a member of the church, both members must be baptized, have taken the Hebrew and Bible Academy, have been with the church for 6 months after baptism. Therefore, you will have the right to approach a brother or sister. However, prior in doing so, a brother or sister must first speak with the elder or deacon that is presiding over your respective congregation. At that point, the elder or deacon will further expound upon what needs to be done or next steps. GLCC dress code. Members and visitors, the elders of the Gathering of Christ Church are asking brothers to remove all hats, caps, and do-rags. Also, brothers are not to wear apparel that has inappropriate images or writings. Please, no sagging pants. White collared shirts are preferable. You are also asked to wear comfortable shoes. All sisters are asked to adorn themselves modestly in appropriate apparel, such as loose fitting dresses and skirts that go down to the ankle. Appropriate head coverings or scarves are okay, and sisters are also to wear comfortable shoes. All right, and the following announcements. We are in need of a head count for those who will be completing the Feast of Tabernacles at Brother James' house. Please email Sister Nevaeh at scostin416@gmail.com with head count and number of tents you and your family will have. He is making accommodations and would like to be prepared for us. There will be a sign-up sheet at each Sabbath or via email for preparation of side dishes and meat. The sign-up and fee deadline is August 25th. Remember, this is a high holy day ordained by the Most High. Please refer to previous emails regarding RSVP and payment instructions for the Feast of Tabernacles. Our Empress Empowerment Paint, Pour, and Play Conference will be on August 25th at 3 p.m. Cutoff date for entry ticket sales is August 17th. A portion of the proceeds goes toward the work of our Women's Outreach Ministry. Tickets are $25 and still available from Sister Allison, as well as online via Eventbrite link, which will be provided in the emails that go out. There will be 2 meetings regarding this event. One after class today, and whoever's staying for that, just remain here in the sanctuary here. And next Shabbat also after class, immediately following class. Attendance at one meeting would be deeply appreciated. The approaching Memorial Blowing of Trumpets Feast will be held at the Edgewood Foundation at 2500 Elmwood Avenue, Columbia, South Carolina, 29204 at 1 p.m. There's a feast offering that helps to spread the load from the few to the whole. The feast offering is $15 per adult, ages 12 and up, and $8 per child, ages 5 through 11. Children ages 4 and under are covered. The deadline for this is August 31st. Multicolored envelopes will be provided on the Sabbath, and there will also be an online option available for collection, which will be announced. All RSVPs have been accounted for, and we have a final accounting date. We are forming an outreach ministry committee. Anyone interested in being a part of the committee, please contact Sister Allison. GLCC South Carolina Columbia Choir is constantly seeking voices, brothers included, and musicians to give praise to the Most High in our praise and worship ministry. There will be a regular rehearsal during the weekend at an agreed upon time. Anyone interested, please get in contact with Sister Liz Samuel. We are seeking to form a youth ministry as well. Anyone interested, please be sure to reach out to Elder Nazar. We have our women's leadership call, which is restored and held Monday at 7 p.m. on the conference call line. That information, the dial number 712-770-4035, access code 563-787. All this information is in the emails that regularly go out. On Tuesdays, we have our combined Bible study with North Carolina and South Carolina starting at 8 p.m. sharp, which is on a different conference call, which is on 605-475-4120, code 5547218. You can also download the app on your phone. We are also invited to join the North Carolina congregation in daily morning prayer at 6 a.m. through the same dial-in number and website, but the access code for that one is different. It's 447-6520. On Thursdays, we have our women's prayer line at 7 p.m. on the same line as the women's leadership call. Our weekly Sabbath lessons will no longer be available via conference line. It is now broadcasted live from Columbia on our YouTube channel at 12 p.m. You can search GLCC South Carolina and subscribe to receive notifications. The elders of the Gathering of Christ Church are encouraging saints to participate in the academy to help further the works and broaden our understanding. There's 4 weeks left in this current academy. Next academy will start on September 16th, and you can enroll by visiting historytimes.org. For details including cost and payment options. The 2018 GOCC Hebrew calendars are also available by the same website. Okay. Additionally, in effort to raise a continuous flow of funds for the Most High's Holy Day Feast, the Feast Committee has come up with the idea of raffling off different themed baskets on an ongoing basis since it worked so well at the barbecue talent show showcase event. In hopes of making this idea a real success, all family is welcome to participate by creating and donating a basket for the cause. Anyone willing to sell $1 raffle tickets may pick up tickets after Sabbath classes from Sister Cole. Raffle entries do not have to be present at the drawing to win, in which case contact information must be provided on the ticket stub for them to be able to pick up that basket. The first drawings we will have will be at our Women's Empowerment Conference on August 25th. The remaining women's and men's gift bags from the talent show and barbecue event will be raffled. Both bags are filled with gifts worth at least $25. There may also be a few baskets ready to raffle at this event. Anyone who has already sold entry tickets for the Women's Empowerment Conference may inform those ticket holders of the raffle so that they may have the opportunity to purchase raffle tickets prior to the drawing at the event, as we will not be selling the raffles at the event. I have flyers, and there'll be going out with the flyers for that. We have our November 3rd event for the Silk. You want to come up and tell the family about the November 3rd event?
It's another way of doing dinner and the word. It's to actually keep us funds for such events as the Passover, For those who can't attend, we'll be able to assist you. For those who can't drive, we'll be able to rent a sprinter. That's what this event is for, preparation. It's not to gain financial gain. We need to start creating pantries, the ones who come into the body that does not have food. It's a mission. And it's not just one city. We're going to take it to different cities. The next city, God willing, alongside will be Granger. And from there, we'll go to Savannah and Charleston. But for now, it is something that will be for the body, and as well, I have this 20 tables. 2 is already sold. The tickets are $40, but half of that goes to the church. It's not like we keep that for personal. It's to prepare the church so when we're ready. It's participation at the same time. I want you to understand that we're not trying to. We have a power to take this speaking. I'm gonna work it out. We're gonna work it out together. It's gonna be for us to bring in the ones that's not in the truth. Have some people coming from Charlotte and enjoy it. He wasn't at the barbecue. They really enjoyed the barbecue. They are very excited about how we praise the Most High. See, my sister and my friend, they was amazed of how we call on his name. Certainly, the way the ladies got their head, they want to know why. This is to bring the message amongst those who don't understand. I have family that doesn't understand. And one of the reasons I do it is because I didn't know how to tell them. But by having the same split gives me power to express. And by them seeing visually how we live and what we don't eat. And they ask me, well, why all of a sudden you stop eating this? Because it's in the Bible. And they don't know that because they're conditioned. They're conditioned by the enemy. So we have to, it's work. And we can believe all day, but we have to do that work. And we have to do the work. And I'm just trying to create a path for us to do so. I really don't ask for too much. I try to do all the footwork. And I try to talk to the saints so that we can come together. And it will be dinner served. It will be,
Nah, man.
We will be serving dinner as full course dessert. It's at the Hilton Garden Inn in Farrell Road in Columbia. And time is from 5 p.m. to 11 p.m. If you prefer to have a room, you need to talk to me and get like Friday after we'll be getting discounts. And for the kids this is what I'm trying to work out. The children that's underage, I don't want to see charging the children. I just can't do that. We will have a sleep. You can leave your babies and watch them. And the ones that are teenagers now, the babies, you don't have to worry about. We're going to have volunteers to watch them while you're in service.
Question. Here, you said, it's going to, some of the family or, people that's not part of this gatherings, and seeing that being said, and you say they don't know about, they have admired, the way, the women's dress, the male's dress, and so on, and the names, of higher. Is there going to be some precepts or someone's going to be actually teaching at this occasion?
Elders from working with from North Carolina, Bali, and so forth. We're working that out. And I can't get into all the details yet. The flyers are almost ready. Once I get the flyers and everything down pat, then we'll have another say on it, and then I can further assist you with all the details.
The word, yes.
And the word. Thank you.
Did you get on top?
Will they, will, okay, this is that, will the people that are not a part of GLC sitting at separate tables? So they're not, well, I understand, they're not supposed to sit amongst us because they're not.
Well, we can do that. I mean, I didn't see it as, if that's what, if that's, this is why I need your opinion. If that's the way you feel, and you want to separate what GOCC on a certain, you know, the truth, and the ones that's not in the truth, that can be arranged. I do need your input if that's the church. You know, I didn't look at it like that because I felt like we all in the same room, so even if we're amongst the ones that don't understand, there might be somebody next to you that's not an issue, you could be like, well, this is, you know, I didn't know that we should be separated from it, that, you're comfortable.
It was just a doctrine, so that's how it.
You think more comfortable.
Well, we're Passover. We don't have baptized and unbaptized members don't sit together.
Okay.
That's the reason why I believe she asked that. as
Okay,
well. So that's
so
true.
then I'll make sure that that's
Good question.
situated. Elder, I mean, you can speak on that, but
Well, it said, like you said, that could be arranged, but I mean, I think, like it did, with the barbecue and everything like that, you know, some people brought like, their family members and stuff like that, you know, granddaughters and I think daughters, sons, stuff like that. So, if we're gonna do that, you know, because I think how you know we were basically trying to get this thing situated and stuff like that, like you know, encourage the saints to you know bring like a you know themselves and a family member or something like that, you know, to kind of get them you know, familiarized with the truth, with the word and stuff like that. So that's why you know, man, if you bring in like your mother, father, or you know, a husband that's maybe or wife that's not you know following or coming to you know normally won't come to a Shabbat or whatever like that, you know, if they coming this is to hear the word and stuff like that, then you know, then we gotta see and we talking about separating stuff like that, we'll see how that work out. But what I would advise is you know, if we're gonna do that, then we gotta have to prepare ourselves for, you know, the backlash that's gonna with those particular family members that's gonna come with that because you know I'm not you know I'm not personally you know opening it up for like anybody and stuff like that, like anybody just walk up in there and stuff like that. This is more like you know us the saints and maybe some family member or you know somebody that you know that you know maybe inquire the truth and stuff like that and everything like that, so they can you know to give them a you know what we all about and stuff like that.
let me ask you a question, sister. Yeah. Or just to, like this say you want a family member, would you be comfortable with them sitting away from you?
If I brought a family member, I would want them at the table, like, even the family members that bring family members, they're not part of the group, they can all sit at the table together.
I think that's what we want. And the color scheme is royal blue, white and gold.
Okay.
Recording still, I'm gonna say something.
For the,
Yeah, that's all I'm saying going forward. We're gonna pray on first. And then we're gonna say so this is prayer.
Okay. All right. So at this time, let's all stand.
Is there anybody else here that needs personal prayer? Just please step behind because we're supposed to lay our hands on people when they need, if they're aching, ailing, anything. We're supposed to put our hands on the people. So please come forward if you want hands laid on you.
Anybody else? You can stand around in your prayer. You okay, I don't want. Okay, this is what we do here, so I won't be, let's, step over here, so we can, and y'all just spread out so everybody can just come to the front. Those who want to be ready, laying out on the hand, stuff like that, I want to come to the front. You know, yeah. All right. Ahai Bahashim Yeshai, or walk for dots. Father, in the name of your precious son Yeshai, name we pray. Father, we come before you, asking for your blessing and healing, Father. Blessing and healing of the rock of power for our dear brother, Brother Gabriel, that you deliver him from autism, Father, in the name of your precious son Yeshai, our good name, Father, that you cast, that you purge him with all the poison and everything that, that affected him, Father. From the time he was born until now, Father. You lift him up, Father, and then heal him, Father, and then give his son Yeshua's name. And give his son Yeshua's name, Father. We ask that we give comfort to the family of our beloved sister Natasha, Father, that they have death in the family, Father, and then give his son Yeshua, Father, give comfort to the family members. They can move forward, Father, in the name, and that can be healed. In the name of your precious son, Yeshua's name, Baruch Rapha, Father. And Father, that we bless our sister Joan, Father, that love sister Joan, that we heal, bless and heal her, Father, in the name of your precious son, Yeshua's name, that you comfort her, that you strengthen her. Lift her up, Father, in the name of your precious son, Yeshua, Baruch Rapha, Father, and for our beloved Sister Barbara, who will be starting who will be starting work soon, Father, that, lift her up, Father, in the name of your precious son, Yeshua's name. Lift her up, as she, make sure when she, she's en route, driving the school children, that the students and everything that, you keep her hazard free, Father, in the name of precious son Yeshua's name. And Father, we ask for our beloved brother Smith, Oscar Smith, Father, that you send down your blessing and healing, Father, for his family, that you keep them lifted up, that you comfort them, that you continue to, bless them, bless his house, Father. In the name of your son, Yeshua's name, we pray. And Father, that our beloved Sister Tiffany, that, we keep her family lifted up. Father, in the name of your precious son, Yeshua's name, that we continue to sanctify her family through her. Father, that they will, that they will soon, come into the knowledge and be able to worship in spirit and truth as a sheep. That these are the most high, Ahaya, Bahashim, Yeshaya, And Father, we ask that the mother of our church here, Sister Samuel, that we bless and heal our Sister Samuel, Elizabeth Samuel, Father, in the name of your precious Son, that you keep her lifted up in prayer, Father, that you strengthen her and her husband and the whole house, the whole family, Father, in the name of your precious Son. And those who may not be up here, but in desperate need of either their family or themselves that need to be healed, that Father, that that we bless the whole congregation, Father, that we keep the leadership, the officers, the children, the widow, men lifted up in prayer. We ask we ask Father that we strengthen, remember the Mahoney family, their brother Alfonso, and our sister Nevaeh and her family, Father, in the name of your precious Son, Yeshua. And then those who I may be missing, I don't remember them all, but that the whole congregation, those who wrote something on the prayer list, my family, Father, my wife, my children, Father, keep them lifted up, Father. My aunt, Father, keep them, my mother's sister, keep Mary, keep her lifted up, Father, and heal her, Father, in the name of your precious Son, Yeshua's name. And Father, we thank you, we praise you, we magnify your holy name on this Shabbat. In the name of your precious Son, Yeshua's name, we pray. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Our higher, thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Forgive us our debt, and we forgive our debtors. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and power, and the glory, forever. Amen. Everybody said that everybody